obviously not super loud. I'm trying to not be, my household is still asleep, but I am super excited to bring you guys today my daily morning routine. Now I have to have full disclosure. You totally didn't see the fact that I had to pick up my kitchen in order to do this. There's still stuff everywhere. Welcome to being a mom with a household of all kinds of kids. So if you guys are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra Carlin. I'm so excited to have you here. So I am actually going to share with you guys my morning routine today. The thing that you did not see, I will put a little clip here every single morning. If you do not follow me on Instagram, definitely do so. I'll put my handle right here. Every single morning I share consistently because it helps me be in my routine, but I've had a lot of requests asking like a breakdown, what I do, why I do it. So what I'm going to do is do my routine, and then I'm going to walk you through every single aspect of it, why, what has helped me, how things have changed, because even from November, December, my routine has changed. And that is the cool thing about a morning routine. Like, you get to do what works for you, and that is the blessing. So first thing that I do is pour a big cup of what I like to call unicorn powder. So I do electrolytes, which I am currently drinking Squincher Zeros. I love them so much. I love the flavor of them. I am thinking of testing out a new one. Stay tuned for that. And then I actually do our all natural pre-workout. I have drank this for literally 4 years now. It is a freaking game changer. So I do our lemon, and then I also do our mixed berry. I do about 3/4 scoop of each one in my cup full here. It doesn't give me the jitters. I don't have any weird side effects besides the fact of like, hey, I should probably get my body moving and endurance. I will say probably around 15-20 minutes into my workout, I'm like, okay, I can feel it kick in my second one. So anyway, that is what we have today. So stay tuned. I got you on a new stand. Hopefully that works. Now, the sun is shining. It was a little change in plans for me, but that is okay. I'm a lot more awake for my pre-workout. I still need to go do my workout, but I wanted to share with you guys all of the things that I do for my morning routine, because I mean, I genuinely get so many questions. And I think if you don't understand the why behind it, me just showing you that I do a devotional and I do a grateful journal, just telling you those things is not going to bless you. I mean this, that you will find what works for you. And the only way you're going to do that is by trying something and then either noticing that it doesn't work or feeling like it's dragging you down and making you feel anxious. I want this to be the very first disclaimer that I give you. If doing this routine in my way makes you anxious, it is literally defeating the purpose of doing it. Action exits anxiety. That is one of my sayings that I don't actually know if I heard it somewhere, if I just created it, whatever it may be. Action, no. Anxiety exits, my goodness, friends, action exits anxiety. 1, 2, you cannot be anxious and grateful at the same time. So that is what I do for my morning routine. I exit the anxiety and bring in gratitude. So I want to share with you some of the books that I do every single day, and I want to kind of like walk you through my practice. If you guys saw that like quick reel of me doing that, that is the very first thing that I do. It is nothing special, as in you don't need to go and buy something special. If you are like me, more than likely you have like tons of notebooks laying around that you have bought because they are cute and then you never use them. I found this one at Marshall's. It's Home Goods, $5. Like, you guys, it just says you can do it in this really pretty gold. And I love this gold here. Regardless, this is just a plain lined notebook, but it is full of my feelings. So I am reading this book. I wish I had it in front of me. It is, I'll actually put a picture of it right here. It's called Buy Yourself the Effing Lilies. And this is one that I highly, highly suggest for any woman who is in the point in her life where maybe she feels like she has been showing up for other people, feeling like who she is isn't enough, maybe always second guessing herself, all of that, right? That is something that I really, really suggest for a personal development book. If you have never read personal development before, I highly suggest starting with You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero and Own Your Everyday by Jordan Dooley. Both of those are so, so good. They definitely are eye-opening. And this is me telling you before you even say anything, personal development is not for broken people. And I tell you that because that is what I thought for so freaking long. I genuinely thought that only people who are, getting ready to go away to the mental hospital. No offense at all to anybody, right? But I always thought that personal development is for people who were at the verge of their breaking point and literally were about to lose their shit. And this is me being super honest. I took that so lightly because there have been times where that has been me and I didn't own up to it. Personal development, what I say, truly, it's kind of like do you know what it's like to get a new prescription, new contacts, new glasses, whatever. It's like you are seeing the world just fine. And then you put on the new glasses and you're like, that's what tree limbs look like. Do you know what I'm talking about? That's what I feel like personal development is. And it's not something that you do one day and it does it. It is truly something that it becomes seasoned and it's a growth. It takes time, just like planting a seed makes a plant. Regardless. So the very first thing that I do, this notebook, nothing special about this one, just a notebook. And it's a practice from Buy Yourself the Effing Lilies. I write 3 pages of journal. And what's going to happen more than likely is you're going to get you're going to be super gung-ho and you're going to get to about halfway through the first page. And then you're like, I don't know what else to write. That happened to me the first day that I tried. And then honestly, the second day was once I had gone through something really personal and I just was sitting at the freaking kitchen table, bawling my eyes out writing. You guys, it's a game changer. So every single morning, without fail, if I do nothing else, this is the first thing I do. I just sit and I write. And I don't care if it takes you 3 hours, which goodness, you don't have 3 hours, so it's exaggeration, but just start writing. And what's going to happen is you're going to tell yourself, the first part's going to be the story that you're telling yourself. And then you're just going to slowly be able to work through your own problems. I have literally felt myself fundamentally feel and change how I look at myself in a day's time like that. It happened yesterday, to the point where it's so noticeable that I almost laugh at myself that I'm like, why did I let myself get so worked up? Why did I let myself feel like that? It will help you work through the problems that you are probably creating in your mind. If you are feeling very anxious, very overwhelmed, it's not because you have a million things to do. More than likely you have 3 or 4 things to do and you have just set it on repeat multiple times enough that it feels like there's a lot in there. So doing that, it's cute because I usually start out with really good handwriting. And by the time I get to my 3rd page, it is a jumbled mess. But every single day, every single day, this is what I do. And it has fundamentally changed my emotions. So that's the very first thing. And then the next things that I have they're devotionals. And I have 2 that I do on repeat because they are at different times in my life. They mean different things, just like anything else for personal development. This one here, Heart Talk by Cleo Wade. It is it's kind of like poems a little bit. So the first time I went through it, it is all broken up because I have read it so many times. The first time I read it, I just went from page 1 to page 2, just went through the book. And then the second time I went through it, I actually did a little bit of journaling calligraphy of different scriptures that I feel went with the passage that they were talking about. So I just drew this in there because it has a lot of blank space in there. And then now every single morning. So I have not done this yet today because I got a phone call before this. So this is the one that I went to. I just open it up and let it speak to me however it may. This one says, as I go forward, I may stumble, but I stand up more than I fall down. that is the passage. And then the scripture that I had wrote in here previously, in the day when I cried out, you answered me and made me bold with strength in my soul. Psalms 138, chapter 3, verse 3. And you can either stop there, or most of the time I take this poem and like read with this output, because it's kind of like she explains to you what she means or how to tie it to real life. When we spend so much of our time focusing on missteps, when we trip and fall, we seem to only obsess over the 10 seconds we were on the ground rather than the rest of our day spent walking perfectly fine. Similarly, in life, we let one heavy moment, one heavy month, one heavy year get in the way of our ability to see what we are okay so much more than we are not okay. Falling down does not make you who you are. Standing up does. Rising and continuing to move forward does. And then the scripture that I put with that, for when we walk by faith and not by sight. For we walk by faith and not by sight. Corinthians 5:7. It just speaks to my soul. And you guys, the point of a morning routine, it's not to, be a certain way, but to be able to feel a certain way and to fill your cup up. Because I can promise you, if you're watching this, and even if you're not a mom, if you're responsible for somebody else in your life, heck, even if you're not, you need to fill your cup up first. Because I promise you, your cup is going to get emptied out as the day goes, no matter who you are, where you're around. If you're in this global pandemic, when you're home and you're not around anybody, social media, like phone calls, text message, people will steal your energy. And if you are not filling it up first thing in the morning, you are going to feel so run down, so depleted that it doesn't matter what you do, like work-wise, productive-wise, you are going to feel like you're not enough. So this was actually the very first devotional that I ever did. 100 Days to Brave by Annie F. Downs. I love it. I bought it because it was pretty, if I'm being super honest. And it has like the ribbon here, and you just go flip it through every single day. You can start it any day. It is not dated. It is just numbered. So today is day 38. And so she puts a scripture at the top, kind of breaks it down in real life and gives you a little bit of a passage. And every single day there is a brave challenge. So today's brave challenge is do something at your job today that takes a little courage. Suggest a new idea, try something creative, speak to someone you usually avoid. Well, this is part of my job right now, totally doing that as we speak. And then the last one that I do currently, but I will share with you the one that I had done previously. This is Live in Grace, Walk in Love by Bob Goff. I love this one. I love his writing, like his writing style. And this is also spiritual, but it's not. So he does a verse at the very top, but then he really breaks it down of in real life, what you like, how you can imply it, how you can do it. And once again, it is also not dated. It is just numbered. So this one's day 22, since today's January 22nd. I started out on January 1st. I'll just go through and I just keep a little bookmark in it. So that is the things that I consume, to let go of my thoughts, honestly, to wipe my plate clean so that I can take in these books to consume them, and then I can create from there. And there is nothing special about this journal either. It says gratitude journal, but to be super honest, I just use it for my own prompts. So I'm going to share with you the prompts that I use these with, like what I do with them. So for me, the first thing I do is find the joy. Now, I really want to break this down super quick for you guys. Finding the joy is not about having astronomical, huge things happen in your life. It is being able to find the joy in everyday life. And by this, I do not mean like my house, in my car, in my kids, in the sunshine. How did that make you feel? During that moment, what did it do for you? So for me, like right here, honestly, solo Starbucks runs, #paying it forward. Being able to talk about that, like maybe that's not astronomical of like, I can't remember the exact date, the exact time, but I know in that moment, I was so appreciative of being able to do that. And a lot of times it's like things like my daughter will say something yesterday. She was talking about how she doesn't understand how kids at school choose to be upset when they have the choice to feel better. And I was sitting in that front seat and I was like, I'm going to bawl my eyes out. She said, do you know what I do when that happens? And I was like, what? She's like, I just think, does this bless me? And she goes, I looked up pictures of huskies and that makes me so happy. And guys, she's 10 years old. She has these things, these tools in her back pocket because of me doing things like this. So definitely in my joyful journal today was writing that down, because you guys, if you keep waiting for the perfect life to be happy in, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life. Whereas if you look at your life that you have, you will always be able to find things that you're joyful for. Now you can start, when I first started, it was 5 moments of gratitude, 5 moments of things that brought me joy that were specific to me. Ones that when I thought about them, it was only me in my life that I got to feel them. Whereas if you say my house or my car, anybody could say that. But if I'm like the heated seats in my car when I took my kids to school, like that was me finding joy. Let me tell you why this is super important. It's important to find joy because once you're looking for something, you will always find it. I'm sure you have noticed this before if you've ever like wanted to get a new car and it's like a black Ford Explorer. You will see a black Ford Explorer all the time. You guys, if you're looking for joy, you're going to find it so much more than if you just feel like my life is hard, my life sucks, everything is going wrong, like I don't feel good. The more you say that, the more you're going to find it. Where your energy goes, focus flows. Where your focus goes, energy flows. So if you would find things to be joyful for, you're going to feel so much better. And then the last thing that I do before I do my workouts, and this is all, like I have to get up at least an hour early ahead of time. But like, it's important to me because I know that if I am waking up when my kids get up or when I need to for my husband to get his breakfast and his coffee ready for work, if I'm waking up serving others, I leave 0 time to serve for myself. I'm leaving it to chance, to hope, to second guess that hopefully I have time during the day to make myself feel better. If you can make something, if you can guarantee it, why would you not do that? So after I do my joyful journal of like, these are the things that brought me joy for the day. I think 5 is a minimum, but sometimes I will have an entire list of them. And then that's why I like doing just a notebook, because if I have a whole list of joy, I want to be able to write it down. I don't want to be limited to 5. Or if you find that you're like, it was a hard day, make yourself five things. Because I promise you there are 5 things in your day that you should have been grateful for. And then I write down affirmations that in real time, I can, anytime throughout my day, ask myself, am I showing up as this version of me? So for an example, if you say, I want to make $100,000, that is not what I write down, but I know that money is something that people can very easily relate to, so I'm using it as an example. I make $100,000. Whether you are an entrepreneur or if you work for somebody else, that would be like, okay, are you being the type of employee who deserves the promotion that would get them to the place where they want to be, where they are making $100,000? Or let's go ahead and take it back entrepreneur style, because that is what I am. Am I showing up every single day acting like I'm the kind of person who should be earning $100,000? If I'm sitting on my couch halfway through my day watching Bridgerton and eating Cheetos, I guarantee you that's not going to get me to my goal. So I write down affirmations that for me in real time, like I can ask myself, is this the kind of person that I'm showing up as? I am an incredible mom. I am an impactful leader. Oh, like when I read these out loud, it really gets me teared up. I am a light for women daily. I am a voice of hope and encouragement. I am strong and courageous every single day. I make the most out of my life. Friends, I'm going to ask you to write down those affirmations, and I write these down all the time. Something happens when you say them out loud. So write them down and then say them to yourself. Friends, I can promise you right now, a morning practice will fundamentally change your life. It's not my workouts. My workouts are 100% for my mind more than my body. It is really cool. It's amazing what it does for my body, but the release that it gives me mentally is astronomically different than it is for what it does physically for me. But if you could get yourself to do a morning routine, set time aside, if you were doing this right before you get your kids up from school, I promise you, you're going to feel better. And it's not do it on Monday so you feel better on Tuesday. Do it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so that you will always feel better. Like you have that to look forward to every single day, knowing that there is going to be that little bit of time that is for you. And I know I'm going to get questions asking about like, what if I'm a new mom? And what if I already get up at 3 a.m. for my nursing schedule? Girlfriend, I promise this is me not telling you what time to get up. This is me asking you to look at your schedule and recognize where you could carve out 30 minutes, because while you're tired now, while you're busy now, while you're run down right now, doing this will make those feelings minimal. And I know it's really hard to see it, like from the outside looking in, it's like, you don't understand because, and it's like, I promise you, sister, I have been doing this practice since the very first time I was working part-time as a bartender and then also doing my online coaching business. And then I was a full-time legal assistant and doing my coaching business. And then I was able to be home with this coaching business. And now I do influencer and coaching business and this and podcasting and blogging. And I do a lot, but I do a lot. I'm able to do a lot because I fill my cup up a lot. If you're feeling tired, you're feeling run down, I'm not telling you that you have to do a workout. Like it will, I promise you, it will fundamentally make you feel better, 100% without a doubt. But if you can do this, if you can start this practice, add one thing at a time, you are going to notice a huge difference. So anyway, I hope this was helpful for you guys. I am going to go downstairs and get my work on yourself that like it takes a certain type of workout to make you feel good. Movement equals movement. Like it doesn't matter what you're doing, just be intentional with it. I'm going to do my workout and then I will do my post-workout shake and yeah. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you guys. I genuinely love, live, and believe in this so much. This is my morning stack. This is the thing that gets me through, gets me to be where I can be the kind of mom, the kind of friend, the kind of neighbor, the kind of everything that I am is found right here. Moving my body makes all the difference in the world, but all of that is for nothing if I don't feel good. And I have found that through, so like my journey has been incredible. I have been plus size, down to a size 2 in a bikini competition, to back up to a size 10, back down to a size 6. I have been all over the board at all different times in my life. This right here is the one thing that I have been able to count on 100% of the time that I know I can guarantee to make myself feel good. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you guys love this, please like and subscribe below and then comment your favorite thing about this video, about this practice that you are going to implement. And I'm going to pick 5 of you guys to get a Starbucks gift card. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you more than you will ever know and hope you guys have the best day ever.